Okay, gang, thanks for joining me today, and I'm going to pick at somebody in particular today, so if you don't have thick skin, maybe you don't need to hang around. Okay, everybody, welcome to the hideout. And today I'm here, just having fun, and I'm kind of going to poke fun at somebody, but I mean it all in just fun. Sometimes my sense of humor is not always acceptable to some, but then to others, I'll bite it, right? Anyway, if you've not clicked subscribe, please do. I appreciate every subscriber I get. Click the ringy ding and get your notification. Check us out at sgt1911.com. We're all here to have some fun, but I gotta tell you, sometimes people think I'm a Glock basher. I'm not a Glock basher. Glocks have a very, very good purpose. They're very dependable. The man who built them was a genius. I mean, there's literally nothing there, but to me, I poke fun at people because to me, they're not a man's gun. You guys have heard me say that a 1911 is like a Glock, but for men, right? So for you guys and gals maybe out there, you know what I'm talking about when I say you want to shoot a man's gun, you go get you a 1911 45 ACP, and that's a freaking man's gun. But if you're not there, I have today with me what I'm going to call your training bra. That's right, this is your training bra. This is a 1911 A1 22 long rifle. That's right, 22 long rifle. You're not quite there. You're studying and you want to shoot a man's gun, but you got to start with your training bra, and that's what I got right here. Look at it. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it before we get too much into the pistol. It's actually bought or made through a toy company, Umerek, a German company, Umerek, over in Germany. They make Nerf guns, I believe, air guns, replicas, maybe gas guns like CO2 guns. You've seen them. They normally got that little red thing out on the end. Some stupid asses break it off so they really look real. But that's what they make. Well, they went out and guess who they own? They bought Walther. Who's Walther? That's right, PPK's, Walther Manufacturing, who's also a German company. But they also have manufacturer Walther USA in Arkansas. They make the PPKs and stuff in Arkansas. Real handguns, not toys. Well, how they do all this, Umerek owns Walther. Walther gets with Colt and gets the license for the toy company to use their gun company to produce a man's 1911, a real gun. Now this, like I said, we're going to call this a 22 long rifle. In all seriousness, you guys know I'm just joking with you, but this thing would be a nice little training gun, and it's interesting because it's a lot cheaper to plink with 22 long rifle when it's available than it is 45 ACP. This would be a good handgun for a youngster who's trying to start out, or maybe teach a young girl how to shoot something. It's the exact same size. I'm going to roll it around here and we'll go over it. It's the exact same size of a government model 1911. It's got a 5-inch barrel. It's got the government backstrap. It's got the government pistol grips. It's got the government GI sights. It assembles and disassembles the same way. You can see it's got a little 22 barrel on it. It's empty. I'm going to lock and slide back. It's got the barrel lug nut on it, so you disassemble it the same way. Now, is it identical to a 1911? Man, it is really close, and I'm going to show you what I see different. Right here on the side, you guys that are familiar with them, where the slide locks back, right here where the slide locks back, there's usually a smaller indentation back here that your slide lock has to go in and out of in order to disassemble and take the slide off. It does not have one. It comes off at the same place where the slide lock's at. To me, that's the only difference I can find. It's just got your typical GI sights on them. You can take a look at them. Nothing special. But you got to remember what we're talking about here. Umerek, they make reproductions and they make toy guns. You know, youngsters out there, they got to learn somewhere, and they learn watching adults, and they learn watching Cops and Robbers, Cowboys, Indians, or the way it used to be. Now they learn Call of Duty and video games. But got nice double diamond checker pistol grips on it. They're rubber type material. They're not typical walnut. They make these things in 4 or 5 different models. And when I say 4 or 5 different models, this is a 1911 A1, which we can tell by the cutout here on the pistol, right here. A 1911 did not have this beveled piece. This is an A1. Right on the side it says government model. It does have a picture of a Colt pony right there on the side. You see that. But now they also make them with hold 10 rounds, 12 rounds, and so on and so forth. They got them with a set of rails on the bottom if you wanted to put a flashlight or a laser on it or something. So they've got different models of the 1911s, just like we do today in the grown-up world. You hear me, fellas? But you know, this one, you know, all kidding aside, I don't know if it's going to be worth a dang or not, but I mean, to practice with and learn and teach, it's probably a pretty nice little tool. It does have the magazine. This one here I think is a 10 or 12 round magazine, and it does have this little slide on it where you can load it. Right here, you slide this down and you load your bullets in here. It's a single stack. Now, if you guys watched my P322 video, you'll know the magazines on that thing it allows you to stagger them kind of like a Kel-Tec, and you end up getting rim lock and the thing wouldn't load good. So, you know, you really got to be careful how you load one of these. These things right here, even though I'm not fired, I do not expect it to have much trouble. Even the magazine, you'll see right here, there's a little spot here on the magazine that this holds the magazine, just like it would on a 1911. 1911 is slightly different, but same position, same place as a 1911. Same magazine release. You know, I think they've done a pretty good job overall making it, but you know, we won't ever know until we go outside and see what it does. And it is hotter than crap out there, but it's never too hot to shoot. So let's go outside and see if this little training bra will hold the puppies up. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining me at the range this afternoon, and we'll go over real quick again what we got. We've got a 1911 A1 22 long rifle made by Walther, a German company, that's owned by Umarex, a German company, the toy manufacturer, licensed by Colt for 1911. This is a 22 long rifle. You know, I may get some jokes, but listen, guys, you guys and girls that ain't big enough yet to shoot a man's gun, this is your training bra, is what I'm saying. All right, well, what we got? About 10 or 12 rounds in there. The spring on this thing is really light. It almost makes me think it's so light, I'm concerned that it may not function. I mean, everything seems right. Trigger is probably about 6 pounds or so. I'm gonna lock slide back. I don't know if it's gonna fire, but we're gonna try. That's what you get here at my channel, is the real deal. We try not to do too much crap, you know. If it don't work, you see, by golly, it don't work. Nobody's paying me to come out here and do this shit. Now, if you was paying me to make sure your shit shine, that'd be different, but you're not paying me nothing, so you getting my opinion. And that's what it is. So, safety's on. Slide did go forward. I believe it did chamber something. Let's put the safety off. And it fired just fine, and it did not lock back. It does lock back there. You know, that could be 22. I mean, you know what? It only comes with one magazine, but I'm gonna keep rolling. I was gonna go off camera, but I'm gonna load it up again. With you guys, most of you know 22 long rifle has been around for, gosh, a long time. It's rim fired, it's not striker fired, and it's all automated, done by machinery. And you think that's good, but sometimes you get one that has a little bit more powder, a little bit less powder. Maybe there's been a little moisture somewhere, maybe there's been a little bit of oil somewhere, and what happens is you can hear them when they're going off with a real sharp crack, 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 kunk, and then you'll hear that kunk, or maybe that one that you can tell just didn't quite have the power to go down range. Drop one in the ground. And that's what happens sometimes. You get a 22 And think about it, it's the same thing if you're shooting subsonic ammo in a semi-automatic rifle or something. You get one that don't have quite enough power, especially in the AR platforms. If it runs out of gas just a little bit, what happens? We don't get a full recoil, and we might not chamber the next round because there's just not enough energy in that round. And that's very common in 22 long rifles, especially, you know, when you buy like this bucket of bullets I've had for 15 years. They're old. You know, quality control on 22 is just not always there, but you can, if you're willing to fork out the extra money, buy match grade ammo, and that will make a difference. So I got this one magazine. So okay, we'll come back up. We'll try it again. Lock the slide back. You know, plinking is always fun. All right, now here we did not. Let's see. Now I just pushed it forward. So it did go forward. Let's see. Well, that sun is right there in my eyes. Can't even see it. Man, it runs fine. You know, I think this would be an awesome, awesome little weapon to practice with. Slide in my back. Let me make sure it's there. Be an awesome weapon to practice is. You know, they're probably about $400. Really nice little thing to get out and plink with, practice your marksmanship, practice gun safety, and teach somebody something about handguns. One thing I will mention real quickly when we're talking about shooting safe, remember guys, when you're teaching somebody to shoot and when you're shooting yourself, 22 long rifle travels a long way, travels a whole lot further than a 410 shotgun. Remember that when you're teaching people, you're responsible for that bullet from the time it goes in that handgun till the time it stops. This thing could go on down a mile away, skipping across water and other things. That's part of your lessons. That's part of what we're learning when we're practicing safe handgun and safe gun handling. So until we get to shoot together, again, as always, shoot safe and shoot straight. Huh. Still plinking. Love to plink. Love to plink. You notice I get to plink when it's not that SIG 322. Boy, it smells good.